For the new players, this is Chris from Invent Global. So for the new players that are new to the big stage here or haven't played in the Overwatch League, what's next for you guys after World Cup?
I mean, for me, I'm already on Boston Academy, but I hope that this gives me a bit of recognition, so I can maybe like get moved up to a team, like to the Owl team, or maybe get bought by another team. Just basically recognition is what I look to get from this.
Right now I'm playing on British Hurricane and EU contenders, and hopefully this experience will give me more opportunities to maybe get into Owl next season.
I mean, it's pretty much the same for me as it is for Scaler. I play in EU contenders in HSL, and I'm still signed with them. So hopefully this can give me a bit more recognition as well.
What do you guys think of the new format for the World Cup in terms of no more regional qualifiers getting flown out here? I mean, what are your impressions of that for the first time?
I don't think we heard.
That was pretty hard to hear.
What are your thoughts on the new format of the World Cup with no regional qualifiers and just coming straight here to Anaheim with the Open Tournament? Any thoughts on it happening for the first time?
I mean, I like it being here because last year we were so close to qualifying, but we didn't end up going because we lost by map score. But this year you actually go here, so even though you lose or get out of groups, you still have the chance to watch the games at the big stage, like experience the whole convention itself. Like it was great the other years too, traveling to different countries. But I think World Cup being held here is just a better experience for me personally, because you just, even though you lose or win, you get to experience the whole convention and you see the matches yourself like on the very big stage, and I think that's like a really nice thing.
I mean, the only like kind of downside I think is that some teams, like this year it's more RNG, like it's more random based. I feel like because you only play 2 teams to get into groups, and yeah, you can get eliminated after 1 match. So that's the only downside, but yeah, it's still a great difference, I think.
Yeah, when you have to pay for everything yourself and organize everything yourself, maybe something like double elim would feel a little bit more fair for some of the teams. I think it's good that everyone's here, like Alex said. It feels a lot better that all the teams are just scattered in one place. But in terms of like the actual format of the tournament, maybe double elim would have been nicer or feel better.
What things did you guys learn from the World Cup that you guys can take away going back into Owl or contenders next season?
For me, this was my first LAN experience. Playing on a big stage always is a nice experience to have, and maybe I will get more used to it in the future and perform even better, hopefully.
Henning?
It's pretty much the same for me. More LAN experience, playing on stage. It gives you a lot of, like, what's it called? You become more brave in a way, you know? You learn how to play under pressure. Everyone's watching, so like for me, if I play the next contender season, like playing from home would feel like nothing, you know?
Hey guys, Ardo with ESPN. Denmark has produced a lot of great esports teams and players. I'm just wondering, when you look back at this experience going into the future, how motivated are you guys to really put Denmark on the map in the Overwatch scene?
Jeg kan godt svare for dig. Du kan godt starte.
Yeah, we're definitely really motivated. I think every year we've had better and better players and better talent. Like last year, we maybe didn't have as much experience as we had this year. Like for example, we have 2 players that won contenders and 2 Owl players now. So I think next year we might even see more people from Denmark in the bigger scene, like the Owl scene.
Yeah.
I think for sure we'll have better and better players, and I think for sure we'll try to show the world that Denmark is actually a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what he said. It's good because I'm really happy that we played better and got pretty far this year, because it opens up that for people that Denmark is actually a good country, because I feel like we have pretty good players. We just need like good resources to help them develop as players and like persons outside of the game. So like as every year progressed, we got better and better. Like last year we almost made it. The year before that we were like, eh. And it's just I'm sure that we can just, if we keep this up, we can just become better and better and like improve the whole country as a whole. So I'm really happy that like super motivated to help everyone in Denmark as a player and help them become a lot better.
Obviously, there was a lot of pressure for you guys being down most of the game, and I'm just wondering if that, do you think, helped or hurt your performance?
I actually don't think we had any pressure. Like, only the first map was kind of like nervous because we still had like a big chance. We felt like, but we felt like they had all the pressure. We didn't need to do anything. We could just play our game, and they would be pressured to do mistakes.
Yeah, I think all of us, I don't think one of us like expected us to go this far. So I think once we made it to groups and we had South Korea, we were like, it's all the pressure on them, because if we lose, it's expected, right? But if they lose, it's gonna look really bad for them and really good for us. So I think we didn't really have any pressure at all. We just played the game because first time on that stage, and it was very big. So yeah.
Have you had a chance to play Push, the new mode for Overwatch 2? Even if not, do you have any thoughts on it being a symmetrical game mode and how that might affect, OWL or Contenders once it comes out?
I mean, we tried it for like 2 games, and I think it's kind of different to Payload, even though it's kind of similar too. But it's gonna force new team comps, I think, because I don't think you're gonna see the same team comps on Payload like on Push. So I obviously can't say exactly what, but yeah, I think new team comps are gonna be meta because of that like game mode.
I like it because it seems like you get to like play a lot of fights, because it's like you can go back and forth all the time. So like you could win a fight, push it a bit, and then you would lose the fight, and would like then they would have control of the push thing. So I feel like it just like this game mode forces a lot of fights, because like there's a lot of time on the clock and you have to push it really fast. So I think teams can just like rush fights all the time, and I'm excited to see that.
We'll take about 2 more questions.
So for all the contenders players that are here right now, so now that like we see all the Overwatch League coaches and scouts looking at the World Cup players, is there any team in particular that you want to impress?
I think I just wanted to impress every single one of them.
I think it's just every team. There's no team in particular.
Yeah, I think they'll take what they can get.
Anything else? All right. Thank you, Denmark.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.